So today we are going to try something that may or may not work. It may just be fake news, I'm not sure. But we're trying to understand where our septic system is, the leach fields, in order to put a pool in. And I've read about this, seen about this, talked to people about this, but dowsing rods. And so we bought some copper at Menards, 5-foot piece of 8WG. So let's see if we can fabricate some dowsing rods and actually see if they work to detect water or our septic leach field. So I'm just gonna unroll this. 5 feet's way too much length, I'm assuming. We'll see. Just straighten it out. Probably only need a few feet. What do you think, dude?
I think cut it in half. If you're going to make two, just bend it and make it half and make the forks.
Try to make it out of one piece. Make the little handles there. Scientific. So, the folklore is you walk through with these. Oh, look at that. I'm not even doing that. It's moving like that. Must be water under here. Now look at that. I'm not doing this stuff. Look at that. There's water underneath here. You know what? I know why. The main water line goes through here. Let's really see if this works. We'll go over to a garden hose, so we know there's water present. Let's try it there. If I walk over here, I feel it pulling, but I'm not doing it. Oh, look at that. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. This is freaky. This is super freaky. Now it's really, man, it's doing it. Look at that. I'm not doing this stuff. Now let's walk away. I can feel it pulling.
Well, start walking back that way.
This is freaky. So that we're non-biased, let's have my wife do it. And let's see if she has the same outcome. She's walking closer. Can't really see the... Walk closer. You feel it pull? Mm-hmm. Is it weird? Is that weird or what? Look at that. Look at that. That's my wife doing it, not me. You feel it pulling, don't you? Mm-hmm. That is weird. I always said you were a witch. Well, no, maybe not a witch. Look at that. See how it's pulling? It's hard to see them, but I think we'll be able to show them on film. All right. Let me go get the marking paint. And now we're going to go try to find our septic field. And got a plot of our septic, which was installed or repaired back in 2002, 10/1/2002. And as you can see, here's the house, the back of the house. And it's saying that the tank is about 10 foot off the back of the house. And then another 35 feet is the distribution box. And then off the distribution box, you've got these fingers. There's 4 of them, varying in different lengths and spaces apart. where we're wanting to put the pool at is right here. So we have this perimeter drain for the septic system that runs right off here, about 26 feet off the house. So I'm going to show you how we're going to verify the locations of these. And you're going to probably laugh at me, but this detection method does work. And I'll show you how. Verify. This is where we want to put the pool, off this deck here. And actually we're going to eventually tear that deck down, probably not this year, but we'll put that pool right up to the deck. It'll be 4 feet, 4.5 feet, a walkway between the house and the pool. And then we'll bring this deck this way, sort of around the radius of the pool. So then we have a little space here. And then the walkway will go across there and stairs down to where the basement's at. And then we'll continue the deck around to about halfway around the pool over there. That's the plan. Here is the septic tank. Now, you have to realize that some of these measurements may be a little off. So we did go off the house, 10 feet, and we came up to that orange spot right there, marker paint, which I'm thinking it may be the edge of the tank and not the actual center of the tank. So that would make sense, because when I remove that cap and put a stick down there, it does go over that way. So let's say that's the edge of the tank, 10 feet off the house. Then we have another 35 feet this way, and it brings us to this location. Now, as you can see, this area is brown compared to the other locations, which to me seems to be probably the distribution box. So that might be the edge of the distribution box, and then the main part may be right here. And then the fingers are supposed to run down that way off the hill. You can see that real green grass over there. That's probably where they're emptying in to that area over there. So the main thing then is, so we've eliminated where the fingers are, because the first finger should be about right here, where I've got that marked, which is far away from where the pool is. However, what we're looking at is this perimeter drain, which I've got marked about right here. And if you walk this way, it's gonna be right on the edge of where we originally were gonna put the pool. So that's why I'm thinking we bring the pool another few feet, approximately 5, to the edge of this deck, and then have it there, and we'll be clear of the perimeter drain by a few feet and should be good to go. Knock on wood. Flirting with potential damage to the perimeter drain, especially if we leave it right here. But I feel like if we move it, we're going to be probably one, 2, 3, 4, at least 4 feet away. So I'm thinking from there to there should be plenty of room. So you ask, how did I go about verifying these locations? Well, have you ever heard of dowsing rods? I'm sure you have. Have you ever believed that dowsing rods really work? Any skeptics out there, like I was? Well, let me show you. Now knowing the general locations of where these drains were, I then took the dowsing rods and I hold them like so. I don't know if that's correct or not, but that's the way I've been doing it. So if we go over to the location of the first one, you start feeling that pull. You can even see it probably, but they're almost touching. Now they're wanting to cross. Now you get into this location here and they cross. Look at that. I am not doing that. It is pulling itself together. And as you back away, it separates. Now for those skeptics out there, I can understand, but give it a try. You can feel it pull together. Just like that. So that's how we determined the location of these drains. And as you can see, it pulls away. Now we go out here a little ways, and we did some measurements, of course. And as you get to the next location, it starts to pull together, like so. I am not making this stuff up. It is really doing this. I am not manipulating it in any way. Now it separates. Now we get to the next finger, and look what happens. Here it goes again. So you can see how this works. At least give you an idea. Separate. We go to the next finger, and look what happens. Lo and behold, they cross again. It's even stronger. Now these two fingers are pretty close together, so you may get some different readings if that's the case. But as we get closer to the last finger, there it goes. It crosses. A little bit weaker than the two middle ones, but that's what's happening. So I did do one other test. I walked around the location of where the pool was going to be, just to see and verify if there's any water lines or additional perimeter drains within the circumference of the pool proposed location, and didn't get any hits. So I feel confident so far that we're good as long as we stay away from that perimeter drain. Now as we walk, of course, towards the orange outlines that I've previously established with the dowsing rod, we get a hit again. Look at that. See? So the perimeter drain is definitely there, and then you can tell the edge of it. So as you come closer to the perimeter drain, you get the rods crossing. As you go through it, they stay crossed, and then as you come out of it, they separate. I'm not making this stuff up. This is for real. All right, so you saw how I built some confidence in the location of the proposed pool that we want to put in over here in this circle. So with verifying from the plot plan that the Board of Health had on file, and with the use of the dowsing rods, I was able to verify where the perimeter drain was, as well as the leach field. So the leach field's not an issue. We just gotta stay off of it in the connecting location from the tank with any heavy equipment, which I've been running my tractor down that way, trying to stay off the leach field because I thought it was over here. So it's always a good idea to understand your property and know where things are to the best of your ability, especially if you're running heavy equipment, trucks, tractors, all that kind of stuff. But anyway, so hopefully the next video will show you how we will build the base for the pool and then eventually install the pool here in the next couple weeks. Up here behind the house, off the back porch, which we'll eventually expand around the pool, make it very nice, and then do some landscaping as well. So thanks for stopping by Peterson Farms in Nashville. Hope you got something out of that. Maybe made you a believer in dowsing rods, or witch sticks, or witching rods, or whatever you want to call them. It turned me into a believer. Yes, it did. So we do these kind of things for friends, family, and future generations, so that you can look way back when and see what it was like in the now. God bless you all till next time.